in a matter of seconds.
Benny.
Just Benny.
Just Benny. That's all I have to say.
Yep.
And honestly, that's all we have to say. That fight, he just popped off.
It seems to be either Benny gets caught out or Benny just takes over. It's one or the other. And so far, he's slowly understanding more the decision process for Lola. It looks like he knows more and more better when Lola's going to try to find him.
Exactly, and Lola used the dragon form to come looking for him, and that's when, after the dragon's done, that's when Carrie showed up again into the team fight, rejoining the team fight, and actually shredded everybody on the map. They're really fighting this fight well, slowly but surely and steadily.
Honestly, looking at how they're going to be pushing now, Team Hawk with the Evolved Lord, right? It's Echo pushing in with a 4,000 gold lead. It doesn't really mean much in the later stage of the game because everybody has gone to a point where it's all full items. How do Team Hawk defend this?
I mean, right now with the Lord, and by the way, I like the details from Cartesius now. They block the path for the Lord. This way, Lord's going to take longer to go to the base. Yep. And this will allow more super minions to come out, and that will really help you when you push the base. They're increasing every chance they can get, and here comes the push.
Evolved Lord cracking the base. Base turret number 1 taken down. Team Hawk looking for that defense right now as Lola jumps in with a Black Dragon form, just zoning Echo away. Lord at 10,000 HP, melted down. Real world regulation popped in the mid lane to clear out the wave and to zone Echo away. Team Hawk with a masterful defense.
Clean from the Malaysian squad, the MPL Season 10 MY champions. There's a lot of ult spent, though, to get that done. Yaoi looking for one.
Here we go.
Yaoi gonna flicker forward. Winner truncheon by Gary to bait it out. Sanford now helping his teammate, but Yaoi gonna be taken low. Still alive. That's both teams disengaging, but it's Echo who finds base turret. Min still looking for something as he opens up the map. Mon gonna be able to slow some people down with the Ice Queen wand and the second ability. Min still again jumping in. Benny gonna be able to dash away from the wall. Team Hawk still chasing, but they will not be able to find it. It's a flicker baited out. Sanji, no flicker. Lola with the Black Dragon form comes in. With a truncheon baited out. Sanford gonna be caught in the midst of it all. That's gonna be Sanji losing the mortality. Gary picks up 1. It's a 1 for 0, but 22 minutes on in the game. 50 seconds for the respawn timers.
Oh, and this whole time it's just Min in the base defending. Are we looking at potential clapback from Echo? They were also left reeling. They were gassed from that last team fight. Dave, we're down to 1 inhibitor for Team Hawk.
I mean, this is such an even game. Actually,
no
there's
more.
no more.
Oh.
The minion wave's too strong. I was thinking just a Hilda alone is not going to cut it.
You can't.
You can't. And by the way, at this point, carry is the deciding factor. Can you take down Benny? Is the win condition for Hawk. And it doesn't seem like they have the resources to do it. It's going to be up to Dairoth, Eve, and you don't jump in at the exact same time to even have a chance on Benny.
Is this the longest game in M4 so far?
Approaching. I think Occupy had one long game against the RRQ Hoshi in the group stage. But here in the knockouts, boy oh boy, best believe stakes are much, much higher. Lord here approaching half health. Oh, look at where Benny is. Look at where Benny is.
Uh-oh, still waiting once again. Lola gonna be able to actually jump in. Sanford doing the same thing right now. Black Dragon form pops in as that's gonna be Yaoi finding the way the dragon. Yaoi's gonna be taken down right now. But look at the mid lane right now. Team Hawk's gonna be able to look for the Lord. Panda still walking back, trying to save the game. Benny in the mid lane, looking for a big play. Has the mid wave, flickering forward. Taking the Lord. Ready for the game! Echo Philippines! Strike first in the best of 5.
Loud and proud, that's their trademark. The split push, now they cover up your back doors and Benny came a knocking. 1-0 in this best of 5. Echo goes on, scores the first win. Dave, you see that coming?
Well, when you pointed out about Benny's position, I think the entire stage, the entire world was looking at him just quietly and secretly planning the backdoor, and they did it. You cannot look for a jungler to backdoor. For Echo, is their marksman.
Well, they've done this 2 times now.
They've, at this point, for me, countless times. But did you see wearing
Youngstown Corned Beef. Siksik sa sarap, siksik sa bango. Subukan ng mapatunayan.
but they're gonna have to start picking and banning in the second phase to help protect this Fanny, because the Grok already is not a good matchup, and if this is going into the hands of Sanji, this Kadita, it's also gonna be a tough play. Hell, might even go into the hands of Yaoi. Yaoi plays a mean Kadita too.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so many flack, and that's why it's so hard to ban. But still, we have Team Hawk banning the EXP link right now. Wizard Lapu being taken out. Harith, I was just about to mention that because Team Hawk, they have a very mean dive comp playstyle. You can see what they're picking right here. Yuzhong, Xiao, Fanny. They're not really trying to protect anyone. They're trying to full fireman dive your backline and make sure you don't have a carry either.
But they need to snowball.
Absolutely.
That's the key. It's going to be hard to win from behind if you have a Fanny, if you have Yuzhong, and then maybe they need a marksman still, right? So they have to pick very, very carefully.
They do, right? Looking at it, Echo did a really good job in the second phase of bans, banning out the Harith and the Claude. Two heroes that can really perform great up against these kind of compositions where you really want to just find that pick, right? Kadita, Grok. Now, Team Hawk are caught in a position where they might just have to go for that Aerothel pick again. They need someone with mobility. Harith and Claude banned out. The only real choice here is... Oh!
Moscow!
That's why Valens is the analyst.
He passed it over.
Pass it over.
Oh my god, what a pick on the Moscow right here. The attack speed marksman definitely dominate, definitely the winner of the current patch. And the Moscow late game is probably the only choice that can go with toe-to-toe, head-to-head against carry. So this pick makes a lot of sense here, on top of the fact that Moscow can actually grant a lot of vision and a lot of mobility to survive against Kadita.
But how is this going to interact with the chunky heroes that Echo picked up, right? The Moskov just shreds through these dudes, almost maybe just second to how Carry does that. There's the Kufra, there's the Fredrin. What's that going to be like?
In terms of base damage too, how much you melt people down, you might actually be able to outscale the carry in the later stage of the game with the healing on top of that.
And then you have a CC.
You have a CC.
You have a displacement.
You also have a global ultimate, which can help in a lot of these situations.
Air quotes global.
Air quotes global. You can actually check a lot of bushes, right?
Correct.
They were struggling late game when it comes to... Oh! They're going in! Not only are they going for the Moskov, but they picked up the signature Eudora for Min.
Oh no!
For Man, actually.
That's man. That's
man.
bro. That's man.
That's man.
I like it.
That's pretty manly pick right there on the Eudora. I mean,
That's a Chad pick.
that is a chat pick. There is a counter though. Kadita, if you're able to hide in the bush really well, you can one-shot the Eudora, but vice versa, right? It all depends on who is the better assassin player in this case. Who's able to camp bush better.
Same, but then again, how do you find those bushes, right? You check with your roamers.
Exactly.
And between these two heroes, the Kufra and the Cho, there's this, again, you mentioned this earlier, Dave, that counter relationship. Kufra just eats Cho alive.
I mean, kind of, but at the same time, Chao can actually just dash away and try to kick the Kufra away if he finds himself in danger. So it's again, one of those love and hate relationship. It's really based on who execute better. And right now in the meta, actually, from what we see, they have better success is who engage first, who engage better on the key targets.
So it comes to a point of, it's not what you got, it's how you use it. Game number 2, Echo versus Team Hawk. Let's see where these junglers start. It's an orange start for Echo, while Team Hawk goes for the purple.
Well, once again, right, I actually do agree with you, Dave. I feel like it is a skill matchup here, especially in the roam department with the Cho and the Kufra. Sure, Kufra has that bouncing ball, can actually negate a lot of these dashes from happening, but with the Shenpu, it does give him, Min, a lot of room to play with, right? I think right now, if we just look at it based on the drafts, who do you guys have? Who do you guys think has the better draft?
I mean, I don't know, actually, because the draft is so out of the traditionary. You got Moscow, Eudora being picked in the exact same game. We thought this was M4. This is a ranked game taking onto the big stage.
Yep, it's basically something that I saw yesterday. It's like, how is this happening here right now? Oh! Yaoi catches one.
Panda's gonna be brought low here, has that Inspire, pops it in, actually trading better here, winning it out. Fanny's gonna be taken low there, and just like that, Panda is gonna win. Is this a counter, perhaps? A shadow counter towards the carry? When you're able to trade better almost every single time.
Again, I think of all the aspects brought up about the Moskov, it's the displacement that's going to throw most people off. The fact that you're assuming that I'm going to go into this fight from this point, and then it just throws you off it by what? A few meters in game? That's a main difference dealer. Look at this.
Here we go.
Lover boy cancels it.
They don't opt to go for it, right? A bit too risky here, especially considering that Min was body blocking for Panda. You just don't know when he's going to use the Shun Poo, but you do know when Gary is going to start popping off. It's when he gets that level 4, but right now, he does not have the purple buff, so he is still going to be waiting for that to spawn back up before he looks for these crazy dives and ganks.
Another thing that's why this game is so enjoyable to watch is how disciplined the team are. Just now on the bottom side, Echo with 3 versus 2. Kurfa, Yaoi could have engaged and find a flavorful team fight, but they didn't know where Fanny was. They didn't know where Gary was, so they decided to take a step back. What if we engage and, Fanny just show up after I use my bouncing ball? Oh, top side!
Lola picked off a good gank by Sanji.
So they decided to take a step back. What if we decided to take a bottom side, Echo with 3 versus 2. Kurfa, Yaoi could have engaged and find a flavorful team fight, but they didn't know where Fanny was. They didn't know where Gary was, so they decided to take a step back. What if we engage and, Fanny just show up after I use my bouncing ball? Oh, top side!
Lola picked off a good gank by Sanji with better wave control. No, he just ignores the wave.
That's what they were saying. The fact that if you don't know where dudes are, you don't know where these heroes are hiding, there's rarely any difference between a Eudora and a Kadita.
Yeah, they're just camping. It's a camping game, right? Who camps better? And a lot of the mid laners, they like to wait one wave ahead of you coming to the lane. They have to go there one wave earlier. Or
One enemy remaining. Last guy dropped.
the least you expect them to show up. Sometimes you expect mid lane to clear the wave and then show up, but no, they show up earlier.
With this composition, though, it does put Team Hawk in a position where they really need to get that early game. And as you can see, the early game right now is just dominated by Echo again. Despite having these early picks, Team Hawk are still struggling early on. 2 kills over to Echo. Deja vu.
And so far, it's an interesting approach. But top lane, they eventually find one. It's Sanford, gets popped by 3. And I was going to say, game 1, they had the whole Hilda plan, right? That helped them scale into the mid-game power spike. Here, we agreed that in the draft, they have to snowball. Where's that potential going to come from? I think they have to do more than just that one pickoff. Can Yaoi catch him? Oh, cancels it.
Cancels it, right? Team Hawk playing around the XP lane really well, and Echo noticed that. They went towards the bottom lane, but now with the wild charge, Sanford's going to be able to actually buy some time, and that's going to be the wall, locking them down. Still Gary able to kill, picking up the kill with Lola's passive. Top lane tier 1, still very, very low, as Karl'Tezi looks to get a kill back. Not going to be able to get in range, but Sanji's here. Gary able to sidestep, and he uses the cables to get out. 1 HP, Gary gets out.
Oh my god, bottom side though, another engage coming from Team Hawk, and they're trying to get more gold right now.
Good way to Dragon too, technically. Yaoi was looking for a pick there. But again, I do believe Team Hawk, they just come out with the advantage. Never mind, Echo finds a way to trade it back.
Just as quickly, right? Never mind. I think it's eyes on the prize. You have to consider that when Echo makes moves, they're also thinking of the clapback, or at least the conversion potential. And so far, the fact that they've got 100% of the turtles and they have a 1K gold lead means good things for the Filipino team.
Yeah, absolutely. Now it's main on the run. It is Chao. I said the love and hate relationship is based on who runs or who engaged first, but it turned out he will get caught off by the rotation from Sanford.
Whoa, that's a lot of resources spent, right, to get the kill on a roamer, who's now 0-2-0. So Min, so far in the show, having a pretty similar start to last game, but that's Panda actually getting out. Yaoi looking for that kill. Panda actually helps him out there, gets him out of turret.
You have to consider as well, though, the fact that, yes, they spent all those ults to kill a roamer early on in the game. It's also a way for, at least to make sure that Min doesn't help out Panda. And again, it slows down the snowball potential for this Moscow.
I mean, a lot of times it's really hard for Min to help because he's almost like the most focused person in this match right now. Because the Hilda last game, you see how many people were on him the entire game.
Yep.
This game, his Chao's getting the Hilda treatment, right? Like everybody's focused on him. Even EXP lane find a better rotation to the mid lane.
And not just that, he's also trying to do vision for Team Hawk. And T was about to walk into that bush.
Oh man, Echo just hate Min, right? But Min right now is doing pretty well and towards that bottom side. Gary's gonna be able to try to look for something. That's a flicker. Sanford hitting the wall. Lola jumping with Black Dragon form. Sanji still trying to run away, but Lola is deciding to actually dive in. 1v3!
Oh!
Finds the kill, but it's gonna be traded back. Who is it worth for? We'll see as Team Hawk look for more. In the gold lane, Yaoi just takes a chunk of HP. Gary did not get the purple buff. That's him killing it. Easy, who steals it away and finds a kill. It's the Appraiser's Wrath. Man gets a stun. Carl TZ not able to look for more.
And I gotta say, at this point, I want to take a look at items from Team Echo. They probably have a lot of Athena shield just for Eudora to make sure he doesn't do the burst. Because you can see how tanky Fredrin really is on Carl TZ. Eudora ascending a skill 1 is feel like he was healing more HP than being damaged at this point.
Than hitting, right? But look at this item pickup from Sanford. Sea Halberd?
Oh,
he's trying to stop the shenanigans from Lola and maybe even potentially Panda, right? We talked about how that lifesteal into the mid to the late game might make a difference between the Moskov and the carry. I like that Sea Halberd pickup.
Yeah. With the Sea Halberd, you do have, I guess, more utility play around, right?
Yeah.
But right now, it just feels like Team Hawk are putting most of their resources to get the Moskov ahead. Lola up top is going to get ganked constantly. He's still able to play the weak side of the map really well. He's actually going to be able to try to turn it around with a Petrify caught in. Gary finds a kill despite having no purple buff. It's still, right now, Lola and Sanford going at it. But with that sustainable ability, Lola is going to be able to actually get out of that one. First turret for Team Hawk.
you know, I gotta give a credit and also just a little bit thing about what Team Hawk's doing. They're 3v2 trying to push a bottom tier 1 tower, and he's failing every step. Oh, here it comes!
That's the way the Dragon Dome. That's gonna be stunned as well. Panda's still gonna be able to try to dish out some damage. Caught in one. Yaoi and Panda surviving. Just barely. But Benny now, still with full HP, will mean that they will still have more pressure in the gold lane.
Or was it just me holding my breath? I think that was everybody, right? That's gotta be everybody. Look at the lover boy.
Here we go.
Yaoi with the Tyrant's Revenge and the Rage. Benny gonna be able to actually dish out some damage, but that's gonna be the stun coming in. Not enough. Gary coming in, looking for the damage. Can you imagine that? Whoa! A double kill for Benny, but a double kill back for Gary. He gets out with the cables, but Sanford and Sanji are here. The flicker of the wild charge and water to smack him around. That's a shutdown for Echo.
And that's why Grok is so good in the side lane right now. The ultimate, the wild charge into the flicker. The least expected engage. You don't see it coming like, oh, this is gonna miss. But little did you know, no, you're gonna go back to the black and white screen.
Yep, that was what, a 2 or 3 step process to eventually lead into Echo, getting a 2K lead, right? That was, what, miles away that they planned. We didn't even think about it. Could have sworn that Team Hawk was ahead, but look at the conversion.
New Tang na mas pinasiksik sa vitamin C, D, and zinc. Para tulungan silang maging strong at ready. New Tang na siksik sa vitamin C, D, and zinc.
They push down bottom. They're trying to make a way up top. Mid lane, though, standing still. I think this is where the difference has to be made because these mid laners, they've always been rotating the side lanes.
Here we go.
Yaoi and Sanji under the tier 1. Man's gonna be taken down. And just like that, once again, it's Echo who have the man advantage. Lola trying to find just a pick here, but Carl TZ's way too tanky. Gonna be able to sustain back up. Sanji looking for a position to flank. But for Team Hawk, they're just here. It's gonna be Sanji who jumps in. He pops the petrify a bit too early, and that's gonna be Min running back. That's scary caught. Yaoi the bouncing ball, stopping the dashes. Benny picking up a kill. Min gonna be taken low as Benny free hits once again. Called TZ traded back in. Lola and Panda running for the hills. It's a double kill for Benny. That's the wall to lock Panda down. Benny with a triple. Benny almost to the maniac. Lola jumping out, but it's still again Benny who's looking for it. Yaoi jumps in, takes the kill away, but it's gonna be a maniac for Benny.
It's a wipeout. 5 down, traded for Carl TZ. Echo is swimming in value, almost 3K ahead, steals away that purple buff, pushes in mid. Oh, Dave, I gotta ask you, where's Echo going with this?
I mean, a lot of highlights that came into the Benny, but I gotta give credit to Yaoi here. Those engages onto Fanny, onto everyone else, and syncing with Sanji to follow up the one-shot rough wave combo is absolutely insane. You can see Benny has so much room to do free damage that entire team fight. The whole time he was dashing, auto-attacking. He didn't need any peel because everybody else is getting killed by the middle lane by Sanji and Yaoi combo.
So ban carry?
Maybe.
I mean, that seems to be the logical choice. Let's look at the items. What's going on here? That's Wind of Nature already. So more likely, Benny's going to win duels against a Panda. What's Panda rocking? It is purely damage still, so not much utility on the Moskov yet.
Absolutely, going for straight damage. And see, Moskov doesn't have to go for carry one-on-one. He penetrates, right? It's all about those penetration. He goes through your front line and kills your back line at the same time. But here we go, the lore fight is about to happen.
Lola with Black Dragon form once again, just looking for an opening right now, and that's going to be actually Min jumping in with onto Sanji, who has the damage, who jumps in again. Yaoi going to be able to find the Lord right there with Call TZ, securing it. Mon's going to fall. That's a double kill for Sanford right now. And again, Sanford's going wild. Panda's in 1v1. He gets the stun down, but he's all alone. It's going to be the chase from Echo. The breath of the ocean finds it. He gets knocked up, and you can say goodbye to Panda for Dragon form.
It's absolutely insane. You can see Benny has so much room to do free damage that entire team fight. The whole time he was dashing, auto-attacking. He didn't need any peel because everybody else is getting killed by the mid lane, by Sanji and Yaoi combo.
So ban carry?
Maybe.
I mean, that seems to be the logical choice. Let's look at the items. What's going on here? That's Wind of Nature already. So more likely, Benny's going to win duels against a Panda. What's Panda rocking? It is purely damage still, so not much utility on the Moskov yet.
Absolutely, going for straight damage. And see, Moskov doesn't have to go for carry one-on-one. He penetrates, right? It's all about those penetration. He goes through your front line and kills your back line at the same time. But here we go, the lore fight is about to happen.
Lola with Black Dragon form once again, just looking for an opening right now, and that's going to be actually Min jumping in with onto Sanji, who has the damage, who jumps in again. Yaoi going to be able to find the Lord right there with Call TZ, securing it. Mon's going to fall. That's a double kill for Sanford right now. And again, Sanford's going wild. Panda's in 1v1. He gets the stun down, but he's all alone. It's going to be the chase from Echo. The breath of the ocean finds it. He gets knocked up, and you can say goodbye to Panda. 4-0. Echo with a 5.6k gold. Wild Panda's in 1v1. He gets the stun down, but he's all alone. It's going to be the chase from Echo. The breath of the ocean finds it. He gets knocked up, and you can say goodbye to Panda. 4-0. Echo with a 5.6k gold lead. Now a 6k gold lead. Min's the only one left standing.
Echo just pushed that turret, took that Lord with impunity, and 4 members of Hawk on the way out. Sanford just picked up his Blade of Despair.
I know.
Yikes.
This guy is gonna do damage now. I mean, he has Athena show early game, but now it's all about that one-shot backline, the one-shot Eudora. Let's give that. Here comes the push.
Lola defensively using the Fierce Dive. That's Min melted down. That's Yaoi getting the Tyrant's Rage Flicker. Lola trying to do the best he can. Gary, once again, in desperation goes in, but it's Benny who smacks them, slices them with a triple kill and a wipeout to secure match points.
I can hear all the Echo fans, Limang Echo fans, shouting, go for the throat. It's match point for the Filipino runner-ups of MPL Philippines Season 10. Dave, what's going on? Game 1 was so close. Min was overloaded, as you mentioned.
I mean, they pick a lot of character that's